Hello and welcome to the next part of our virtual open weekend. On this part of the day we're going to look at some members projects. These are members projects in their own home locations, and we have members working from N gauge through to gauge 1 on their own home projects. These cover a variety of periods from early steam days right through to modern image. So I hope you enjoy the selection of club members layouts. Thank you.
My name is John Smith and I'm an associate member of the Warley Model Railway Club. North Foreland is an O-gauge exhibition layout built by myself and my colleague Peter Smith. The real North Foreland is located on the north-east coast of Kent, where the estuary of the River Thames meets the North Sea. A railway was never built there, but it would have been possible. We are imagining that the line was connected by a triangular-shaped junction with the main line linking Ramsgate to Margate. The dimensions of the layout are 12.2 metres by 0.9 metres, of which 4 metres form the fiddle yard. It stands approximately 1 metre above the floor. The track is Pico and incorporates 3 double slip points, a couple of curve points, the standard right and left hands and a Y. I like double slips, they save space and make the track work look more complicated than it really is. The layout is entirely controlled using the Lentz DCC system. The wiring is very simple, no section switches being required for the tracks. Lentz decoders powered off the main bus bars control the point motors, and mega points decoders control the signal operating servos. The majority of the buildings were built by Peter, who also trades as Kirtley Model Buildings. The station building is based on the station at Whitstable on the North Kent coast. In the station forecourt is the Thanet Coal Company building and the North Foreland Inn, a Shepherd Neame pub not based on a particular prototype but is a typical town pub building. North Foreland Lighthouse can be seen on the back scene between the pub and the goods shed. Further up the line, the signal boxes are modelled of the South Eastern Railway box. The locomotive depot is a fairly small affair consisting of a shed for the station pilot and shunter, a coaling stage with a hand-operated crane and a turntable, plus 3 loco servicing tracks. The depot, which on our layout is a sub-shed of Ramsgate, is capable of dealing with most visiting locos, although the larger ones, such as the Pacific, have to go light engine to Ramsgate for turning and servicing. Useful in exhibition terms as it creates more movements on the layout. The only other building of note is the pub, the Dehydrated Rambler, which stands on the road leading to the overbridge that forms the scenic break. I wanted a typical clapboarded building on the layout, and this one is just right. It is illuminated, as with a low ceiling the bar area can be quite dark, and drinkers can be seen inside during their pints. It's owned by our imaginary brewery, Estuary Ales of Whitstable, known for their taste of the Thames ranging beers. If you drink any of them and survive, you can drink anything. The total locomotive stock at present stands at 15, ranging from a Bully Pacific to a Terrier tank. The majority of the passenger engines are 4-coupled and includes 2 built by fellow club member Andy Beaton, who trades as Ragstow models. He also built some of the coaches. One of the locos is owned by Peter. For more information on all our layouts and how to contact us, please go to our website www.smithslayouts.co.uk.
to overcome the ruling 1 in 50 gradient as the train sets out for Pondwood. The first stop is at Cadbury Castle Station, named after the Iron Age hill fort clearly seen across the valley. There the train crew set the signals and points to allow the train to change direction for the main part of its journey to Pondwood. After passing Highfield Siding, the next stop is at Green Lane. This is a simple halt serving an adjacent farm track and neighboring orchards. Then on to Pondwood itself, crossing over the Goatsfield Bridge along the way. Pondwood is the upper terminus of the line and reached about 15 minutes after leaving Coombe Lane. It is a spacious station with facilities both for passengers and freight. There, passengers can alight and walk in the nearby woods, after which the station is named. Meanwhile, the locomotive will run round its train in readiness for the return journey. Freight vehicles may also be detached from and attached to trains before departure back to Coombe Lane.
Hello and welcome to this return visit to my current 7mm scale, fine scale O-gauge project, Hadley Junction. Hadley Junction is featured on Warley Club videos previously, and you can find out more about the layout by visiting our YouTube channel. So what has been happening since the last notification on the channel? Largely we've been working on the scenics on the layout. All the track has now been coloured with track colour, and for that I use rail match sleeper grime. That's all been sprayed throughout, and it has made the track work look a lot better. A start has been made on ballasting. This is going to be a long, slow process. It takes about an hour to do 2 feet. So having done 4 sections so far, which probably total 12 feet, there's a lot more to do. A start has also been made on putting in the landforms. On the north end of the layout, which is to my right, which you might see later in the presentation, the layout is that the track is going to disappear into a cutting, which will be flanked by trees, etc. And on the south end, to my left, again you should see this later in the presentation, there will be a wooded area with much more low lying, and hopefully these will disguise the exits into the storage sidings without the need for any bridges, tunnels, etc., which aren't really appropriate to the South Wales main line. So we're beginning to get some scenics together, but constantly test running stock. It's great fun to do that at the end of a working session, and I'm finding that some of the wheel back-to-backs are not accurate enough and give rise to some derailments. I think this is because the track on the scenic side is all hand-built to finer standards than I was previously using on my last layout, which is all Pico, so a bit of fettling to do on the rolling stock. Some of the wheels have also proved to be very dirty after some years running on my previous garden layout and layout at home. So some wheel cleaning as well. This will be an ongoing process, I suspect, for as long as I've got the layout. Rolling stock wise, new items include a few new Minerva wagons, and you may have seen I've done a couple of Daypole locos. I've done a number 5 Terrier, Western Cleveland Portishead, weathered that up to 1940 condition as running at Swindon, and I've also done a Minerva 57XX class as 6743, and that was a non-vacuum brake fitted loco that was used for shunting purposes as part of a batch built for that purpose in the early 30s. And the assumption is that whilst this loco was shedded at 7 Tunnel Junction, a few miles down the road from my location, it got sent up to Hadley Junction to shunt the yard and run up the branch with the unfitted stock as a temporary measure. Well, it's my railway. I can justify it, so I have. So I think a few images now of some stock running on the layout might be of interest, and maybe I'll be able to keep you more informed as the layout develops over the next few months. The expectation for the winter is to get the ballasting completed and to do some work on the landforms before work starts on the station area proper, probably middle of next year. Enjoy!